This just in, Pokimane is in the controversy. What was that? In the controversy? What did I just say? Screw it, this is like the fourth take, we're jumping right in. I am Pumpsquatch, hello, and for those of you who don't know, recently Pokimane has just debuted her VTuber model, and if you don't know what that looks like, well, here you go, I'm just gonna put it up on the screen right here. And for some reason, whoever made this put a lot of attention to the thighs and the demonetizable areas, let's call them. For those of you who don't know, Pokimane recently released this VTuber model, and it sparked quite a bit of controversy for a number of reasons. You see, Hololive is kind of like this agency full of VTubers. Hololive is the most popular one thus far, and until very recently, all their VTubers have basically been Japanese. There have been some cases like Kiryu Coco who are fluent in English or know some English, but the majority of their streams and content are in all Japanese, with English subtitles translated by fans. Really quickly, I do want to clarify on something that I did just say, in that there are a lot of actual English VTubers. It's just that a lot of them happen to be very small and very independent, so they don't have this big company or this big following to kind of back them up, so that's where a lot of this frustration is also coming from. So I just wanted to clarify on that really quickly, thank you very much, and now back to the video. And very recently, Hololive announced and debuted their English branch, or rather their English lineup of VTubers, their lineup of English VTubers, and on the exact same day they dropped, Pokimane, without any word or any sort of announcement saying that she was going to do this, dropped her VTuber model as well, posting it on Twitter itself. And this sparked a lot of controversy because while Hololive said, hey, on this day, it's either the 10th or the 11th, we are going to be announcing and debuting our VTubers in the English, as in our English VTubers. And without any sort of warning, Pokimane did the exact same thing for her VTuber model. And no matter who you are, you gotta admit, it seems a little bit suspicious. Like, I don't know, man, is that not, is that a coincidence? It seems like too much of a coincidence to just be a coincidence, if you understand what I mean. But this sparked a lot of controversy with a lot of people in the VTuber community, both fans and VTubers themselves. Now, before we go on, there were a lot of people who welcomed her. There were a lot of people who said, yeah, it's good to have you, come on, welcome, yeah, join us, whatever, just come on, it's fun, it's fine, and that's super nice. It's super nice to have people welcoming others into their community, being warm and being just welcoming overall and comforting in general. It's nice. It's really nice. But that's kind of a double-edged sword, because this is another reason why people didn't exactly like that she was going to start VTubing. You see, as a community starts to grow, no matter what it is, there is one inevitability that will always happen. People will begin to make polls. Toxicity will start to become rampant in the community. Because of that, a lot of people started trying to gatekeep, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically when a group of people or someone tries to keep people out of a community, much like how a bouncer acts at a club. Hirohei, for example, if you follow him, you already know, he already made a very good point on this. If you don't, I'm gonna leave a link to the video in the description that he did make this point on, and a follow-up video as well. He made a point saying that when a community starts to grow and people start to come into that community, then those people will start to gatekeep themselves on what they deem is right, on their morals, on their beliefs, and then that will basically be how they gatekeep. There will always be some form of gatekeeping at some point as a community grows. And this sounds ridiculous, right? It sounds, why would anybody do this? Well, less than a day later, people already started doing this in the stupidest way possible. For example, and this is not a joke by the way, there was somebody who was trying to gatekeep saying, why are you enjoying or watching the content of these Japanese speaking VTubers? You don't even speak Japanese. You can't enjoy this if you don't speak Japanese. Why? Why would you watch this if you don't speak Japanese? And I'm gonna get a little salty on this one. I'm going to go on a tangent here. First of all, piss off for you telling me what I can and can't like. Second of all, eat a dick for telling me what I can and can't like. Third of all, I can like whatever the hell I want because 1, I'm not hurting anybody else, 2, I'm not hurting myself, and 3, I'm not doing anything illegal. And if you got a problem with that, then eat an even bigger dick because I don't give a damn what you have to say. Oh my gosh, I have so much salt on this one thing. But yeah, sad fact of the matter is that if they didn't try to gatekeep, then someone just came in and tried to gatekeep themselves on what they deemed is right. Rather than them not wanting any toxicity to come in, they were being toxic when they came in. And basically they proved them right, as sad as it is, because when Pokimane jumped into the whole VTubing thing, she had a huge following already, but that's mostly on the community, the fan base side. When it comes to the VTubers, again, a lot of them have been super welcoming, but there have been some of them who haven't been too okay with the idea. Don't get me wrong, it's not like they're saying, "No, how dare you come in here, you should be gone." They're not saying that. They're rather saying, why are you doing this when you have such a big following already? We've grinded to the point where we are. We have to have worked our heart out to get to the point that we're at, and it's just, why? She doesn't need to do this. A lot of people are accusing her of cloud chasing because she doesn't need to do this. She has a huge following already. And sadly, I can see what they're talking about. The rise of VTubers has a lot to do with timing as well. Mainly due to the fact that, well, there's not a whole lot going on right now. Thanks to the whole pandemic that's going on in the world right now, we have a lot of things that are getting cancelled, are getting delayed pretty far back, or just can't be worked on at all. So these anime girls really help fill the void that weebs need to get through. When they're doing cute things, they're just fun to interact with, and they're just very entertaining overall. Kiryu Coco is literally one of the fastest growing VTubers out there right now, probably the fastest, at least in Hololive's catalog, because she's just so funny. She's very entertaining to watch. She always has something, well, entertaining to say a lot of the times. And I can tell you this, I have never heard anybody talk about them taking nipple damage from opening a drawer. That is something special. So I do see both sides of the argument, and I do understand why a lot of people think that she's just trying to cloud chase or cash in on something that's become extremely popular right now during the time, especially during this whole pandemic. I get it. I understand why. And I also understand why she wants to get into it, because it just looks really cool. It looks really fun and interesting, right? She says that she wants to use it on days that she doesn't want to appear on camera, but come on, we both know the answer is you just want to do this because they look nice. Yeah, you're gonna have to get used to a lot of people using that. A lot of people will. But hey, she says that she just is going to use it on days she doesn't want to appear on camera. And that's a valid thing. A big draw for VTubing is the anonymity. You don't have to put your face on camera for everyone to see in the world. You could still have a nice little face rig and still be anonymous. But she's not going to be anonymous. If anything, she doesn't want to appear on camera, she could just turn off the camera. But let's face it, a lot of people just want to use the VTuber models because they look really fun and really interesting. That's basically it. At least that's how I see it. My personal opinion, even though nobody asked for it, I think she probably did plan this, maybe. But if she did, then just say, hey, I wanted to try it out because it looked interesting. I mean, it's not as big of a deal as it needs to be. It's not really not. Wait, it's just not a big deal, okay? It's not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. It's not the end of VTubing. It's not some sort of class action lawsuit in the making. It's nothing ridiculous like that. She wants to try out a VTubing model. Okay, if she's going to use that model to clout chase, she's gonna have to be used to a lot of people using that for something else. Yeah, it's a little bit suspicious, but it's the least harmful controversy that's happened this year. Wait, didn't she accuse that Gundam guy of using anonymity on the internet? Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video before I get a mysterious knocking at my door. Hope you all enjoyed this video or the content within. If you did, please make sure that I don't die. Please. This was just a video about my opinions. And speaking of opinions, please voice your comments and opinions down in the comment section down below. I would love to read them, love to have just a quick conversation about this because this is a pretty big deal, and, or at least it seems like to a lot of people. And it's gotten the attention of a lot of people who had no idea what a VTuber even was. Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Ken, how about that? Anyways, guys, thank you all very much for watching, really do appreciate it, and as always, I am Pumpsquatch, goodbye.